Kamusta mga kaibigan? Welcome to Josh Friends, where faith meets friendship and inspiration is always within reach. Ako po si Father Migs Ramirez, and as we step into another year together, I'm so glad you're here with us. For those just joining us, think of this as your spiritual tambayan, a place where we gather to share stories of faith through the amazing collection from JESCOM exclusives, Stories of Faith. Whether you're a long-time listener or this is your first time here, tuloy po kayo. Part na kayo ng barkada namin. Each episode, we invite friends of the Jesuits to share something special from the JESCOM Exclusives library. Readings from our books, song lyrics turned into poetry, and words that might be exactly what your heart needs to hear today. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into another episode of heartwarming stories and uplifting messages. Are you ready? Let's go!
They say coming home should feel like relief. Pero bakit parang mas malaki pa yung tanong na dala mo pa uwi kaysa sa bagahe mo? I'm Kevin Asuncion, and last year I graduated from Curtin University in Australia, School of Management and Marketing. Almost 4 years abroad, a degree in hand, ready to conquer the world. Pero nung bumaba ako ng plane dito sa Manila, there was this weird mix of emotions. Relief? Yes. Happiness to see family and friends? Definitely. Pero meron ding something else. Parang, okay, I made it, but now what? Kasi survival mode is easy to understand. You have a goal, which is to graduate, pass your subjects, work part-time, and survive. Pero when the finish line is crossed, that's when the real questions come in. And honestly, mas mahirap pala yung tanong na what now kesa sa how do I survive this. I came across this book from JESCOM. Life is Not a Tale, Capsules of Food and Thought by Dr. Augustine Thomas, SJ. May chapter doon called Coming Home. And there's this story about a young boy na nag-call sa isang homeowner looking for work as a gardener. Sabi ng homeowner, may gardener na ako. And he's doing a fantastic job. Tapos, yung katabi niyang gentleman nag-offer ng ibang work. But the boy said, "No thanks, I'm not looking for a job." Confused yung gentleman. Kanina lang di ba naghahanap ka ng work? Turns out, yung bata mismo yung gardener. And he was just checking his own performance. And that hit me hard. Minsan kailangan natin mag-pause and ask, am I still doing okay? Or am I just going through the motions? Living abroad taught me something I'll carry forever. When everything is stripped away, all you really have is yourself, your faith, and your focus. May mga nights na sobrang down ko. No quick calls home, no instant yakap from family, just me and my prayers. The first 3 years, brutal. Full-time work while studying full-time. Academic work constantly flagged because of AI concerns. I had to defend every paper, justify every idea. Exhausting doesn't even cover it. Pero coming back to the Philippines reminded me of what I missed most. Dito, when life breaks you open, you call a friend and they're already there. That difference grounded me. It taught me gratitude in a way I didn't expect. Last year wasn't just about graduating. My personal storm then that hit me. One that shook me deeply. I'm still recovering, to be honest. Pero what felt like an ending was actually a redirection. There's grief, yes. Pero there's also hope. And that's where the Serenity Prayer comes in. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Nung una parang simple lang eh. Pero when you're actually living through it, when you're trying to figure out ano yung kaya mong baguhin and ano yung kailangan mong tanggapin, That's when it becomes real. To keep myself moving forward, I play badminton every Sunday, half for fitness, half as a reminder na I'm still choosing to move. A friend also asked me to host her wedding, stepping into other people's moments of love and commitment while I'm still rebuilding my own footing. Ironic, pero maybe that's the point. Maybe we find healing by being present for others. May story din sa book na sobrang nag-stick sa akin. About a little princess whose family was killed, rescued by villagers, pero walang nakakaalam, even herself, that she was royalty. She grew up doing ordinary things, tending chores, wearing plain clothes, living simply. Then one day, an old woman told her the truth. You are a princess. That girl stayed quiet. But that night, something shifted inside her. The next morning, she still did the same tasks, digging potatoes, fetching water. But there was something new in the way she carried herself. Head held high, gaze brighter. Kasi she finally knew who she was. And I think that's me right now. Still figuring things out, still recovering, still searching. Pero there's this quiet realization. Maybe I'm not lost. Maybe I'm just learning how to carry myself differently. Maybe coming home isn't about going back to who I was. It's about discovering who I am becoming. The Serenity Prayer says, living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace. I'm learning to do exactly that, to trust that God is redirecting me, even when I don't see the full map yet, to accept that some things are beyond my control, to find courage to change what I can, like showing up, like being honest about where I'm at, like choosing hope when even grief is still there. Because coming home isn't just about geography, it's about finding your way back to yourself, to your faith, to the people who remind you that you're not alone. As I look ahead to 2026, I'm realizing that maybe the books we need aren't the ones with all the answers. Maybe they're the ones that ask the right questions, the ones that sit with you in the uncertainty. Life is Not a Tale has been that companion for me, with its short reflections that blend storytelling and spirituality. Perfect when you need to process but don't have hours to sit down. But just come with other books that might meet exactly where you're at. If you're in a season of wanting deeper encounter with God, check out Love Him Evermore by Father Joseph Laramie S.J. It's a 9-day personal retreat that invites you into contemplation with the Sacred Heart of Jesus, designed to be taken slowly, space for silence in a noisy world. If you're struggling with leadership, transition, or feeling like you don't have it all together, Imperfect Leadership by Father Antonio Moreno S.J. might be your book. It's honest about vulnerability, uncertainty, and being led by the Spirit. At its heart is a question: are you willing to be led? And if you're like me, feeling like God gets lost in the noise of daily life, Not Passing God Over by Father Toshihiro Yanagida S.J. is groundbreaking. It introduces Christian Vipassana meditation, helping you notice how often God is overlooked and how awareness itself can become prayer. These aren't just books, they're companions for the road ahead. For the moments when you're trying to find your footing, for the days when you need someone to remind you that you're not walking alone.
Maraming salamat po mga kaibigan. I hope the words we shared resonated with you and gave you something beautiful to carry into your week. Remember, the full book, song, or resource we featured today, along with so many other inspiring materials, can be found at JustCom Exclusive's Stories of Faith. And before we go, I want to remind you, in this journey of faith, hindi ka nag-iisa. We are all in this together, growing and discovering God's love in every conversation, every story, and every moment. Ito po si Father Migs Ramirez, and until we meet again, paalam at ingat mga kaibigan.